So this video is to show the Search Vehicles tab, so the blue tab on the home screen there. If we click onto that, so the Search Vehicles tab is available through Inquiry Max. The stock feed that goes into here can be from many different sources. So we have a GeForce's stock feed from your website, or if you use Blue Sky, we can feed stock from there. We have a CDK Kerridge stock feed if you have the integration, or we can just upload a CSV file directly from Kerridge as well. And finally, we have a Pinnacle stock feed. So hopefully we cover a lot of bases there. So whichever system you use to migrate the stock into Inquiry Max, we can pull through imagery, etc., dependent on URL links, things like that. So if I've clicked on search filters there, so we can go stock only, or we can actually change that to part exchange as well if we want to. We can look at dealerships, we can look at make, model, etc. So I'm just going to click search at the bottom, just so you can see some stock come through. So if I find a car that I like the look of, I just click onto it. That will then take me into a little bit more detail on that car. And I can look at some slightly larger imagery. So if I click onto that image, it will make it bigger, and then I can flick through and have a look at the images for that vehicle. Okay, and then once the customer is shown some interest in that car, then I can click add vehicle to inquiry at the bottom, and that will then start me an inquiry from that page basically. So instead of me having to go back to home and then add customer, I can start the inquiry from this section and then attach the customer name to the inquiry instead of vice versa. So normally I would start at the customer details tab at the top left, but this is actually starting at the vehicle inquiry. So obviously the iPad's very flexible and can start anywhere. So if I just click continue there and then click customer details at the top, I can then attach a customer to it. So if we just put in a customer, we'll say it's a customer that's already been in before, so we're going to just attach it to an existing customer record. So this is now searching for any Sean Devaney that's in the system. There should be one that I think there's one in there that I loaded from Belfast. So once it's found that customer, then we just click onto the customer name. It will pull through all of his name, address, telephone number, GDPR settings, etc. For us to continue with. So it's the top one is the one I want to go for, because that's the right postcode. And then we've got all the detail in there without me needing to fill it out again. And if I click continue, it takes me through to his data permissions again, and then save and continue. And then basically I've now attached the inquiry vehicle to the customer record, and I could now go to final action and save that to create another inquiry onto my system for today. So let's just do that. Let's just say he's a service customer. He's a repeat. And we're just going to save that record. So I've obviously taken no images. I haven't put part exchange and things in. But that is now my inquiry loaded. If I didn't connect a customer name to the vehicle of interest, then it would give me a warning to say, please add a customer. So it will force you to go the right direction if you do happen to miss something out.